director of Olushola Medical Center in Igbobo, Ikorodu.
Okay, sir.
I have been involved in private medical practice for over 20 years, and we are all concerned about the COVID-19 pandemic. We want to implore people to cooperate very well with the government and observe all government recommendations. That is, we keep washing our hands every time. We do the social distancing and stay indoors, because all these are supposed to help us break the contact links. The more we stay indoors, the more we get separated from each other, the more we can break the virus from getting transmitted from one person to another. And it's very essential that we wash our hands, because after, if likely you touch a surface, you shake hands, which we are not actually supposed to do. Any of those places that can be, possibly might have been contaminated, you wash your hand immediately. You use your hand sanitizers, and as much as possible, you should try to avoid handshaking. Handshakes during this period is not very. It's a dangerous endeavor. Don't shake hands. Instead of shaking hands, if you need to have any contact at all, it's better you touch elbows. If you want to cough, don't cough into your hand. You can use your elbow to cover your mouth and your nose to cough into such places. And immediately you use hand sanitizers. You wash your hands with soap and running water. All these are very effective in helping to slow down this pandemic. This viral disease, as we all know, is pandemic. That means it's global, it's all over the world, it's everywhere. And the only way we can help to stop it is by cooperating with the government, by making sure we observe all the rules and regulations laid down by the government. Let us all stay indoors. Staying indoors might be very difficult. It is a socially very tasking procedure to do, but as much as possible, if we observe that, after a while, all this the lockdown and everything will go. Government will relax it, and we can all go about in our different endeavors. But in the meantime, we have no other alternative than to observe the stay-at-home order, the washing of hands, and using of hand sanitizers, face masks, and all those procedures. They are very important. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. So we have over 200 cases already recorded in Nigeria, and we have over 40-something discharged. Can you tell us what people can do apart from the normal procedure of washing hands and using hand sanitizer, concerning what they intake, what they take, what they eat, the kind of food they eat? Can you just enlighten us more about that?
Yes. During this period, we've all been advised by government to stock food at home, because of course the first lockdown is taking about 2 weeks, and government has already announced another 7 days extension. So to get enough food at home to eat might be a little bit difficult, but it is very important that we try and maintain our balanced diet. Take a lot of water, eat vegetables, and try to stay healthy. Staying at home all day is a little bit difficult, as I say, but you just have to learn to do it. Then we'll do some exercise. When I say exercise, I don't mean going around on the streets jogging. Inside your house, you can still find a way to exercise yourself without grouping together with people on the street or breaking the social distance. It's very important we observe all that, and most importantly, we have to maintain a very good mental balance. Staying at home all day, after a while, might be mentally disturbing. So we have to stay positive. We have to keep positive. Let us avoid as much bad news about the virus as possible. It's a pandemic It's not the first time it's happening in the world. It has come and it will go. The one that came about a century ago came and eventually, dissipated. This one will eventually go. So we have to maintain a positive mental balance, a positive one. Let's not look at the downside of it. Let's try not to fall into depression. Let's try not to fall into, like all is lost. It is not a lost war. Most people that becomes infected with this virus, most of them will carry the virus. 70 or more than 70% of them will carry the virus without even knowing that they have the virus, without even having without even coughing. So it's not really that death sentence as people have been made to believe, though it is a very severe disease. But at the end of the day, a lot of people, they still come out healthy with very good medical treatment and everything. There is still a lot of hope at the end of the tunnel. So we just have to stay positive about this. We can fight it. We will fight it and we shall win. As I said, we have a private practice in Korodu here. I try and get in touch with my patients and tell them to stay at home as much as possible. If there's no immediate need or emergency need to come to the hospital, I advise them to stay at home. And if they have any ailment, they can still, go on the phone or use social media to get in touch with us. If it's something that can be handled from home, we try as much as possible to do that. The ones that come to the hospital, we advise them once they come in, they wash their hands, we use hand sanitizers on them. Then as much as possible, we try to reduce the traffic in the hospital. Before COVID-19, a lot of people will come and visit inpatients in the hospital, they will come in and go out, but all that has been stopped now. If you don't need to be in the hospital, we will not allow you to come into the hospital, and our people have been cooperating with that.